All right. So yesterday's big attack on the metals looked very bearish. The cartel obviously used 2,000 as a resistance zone and a potential spot to attack gold. The Fed is desperately trying to fight inflation, and the worst thing that can happen is that gold just continues to rally. So there's going to be attacks like this from time to time. They're going to look, and they usually come right when you're expecting a breakout, and then traders get frustrated and they give up, and then hopefully anyway the fundamentals take over and the manipulation breaks and we go back up. So we've got a nice rounded base. We had an attack at 2,000. I would kind of expect maybe a pullback from 2,000 anyway, but this was clearly an attack by the cartel. They managed to close gold below the 10-day moving average, but then they couldn't hold it there today, so it closed back above it again today. So I'm going to see what happens tomorrow. I suspect they're going to try and attack again, and if that attack fails, then I think gold is going to come up, test this 2,000 again, and probably break through it this time. This is a 3-day RSI. This is what I use for half cycle low. So it's entirely possible that all they are going to manage with this attack is just a mild dip into a half cycle low. This is kind of what I look for during a half cycle low. I usually, not always, but I usually use the 3-day RSI. When it gets oversold, then I kind of look for the market to bounce, and so far that's what's happening. Again, I kind of expect an attack tomorrow, so we'll see if gold can survive another attack, and then if it does, then I think we're headed back up to test those all-time highs. So silver is what I'm really most interested in. All right. So, a major attack on silver, but again, they couldn't keep, they couldn't get any follow through to the downside today in silver. So, I'll say it again. Silver, it needs to test this $30 range, and it needs to do it quickly. So we need to come back from this and get a really strong move back to the $29, $30 range, and if we can do that really quickly, then we have a chance to break out. If this, if the cartel just keeps this suppressed, and it takes 3 weeks to get up here to the 28, 29 zone, then no, we're not going to go through $30. Not on this attempt, and we may have to go through another intermediate decline before we can have another chance to break out and go to $50. But if we can do it quickly, then we'd be set up for a move to 50. If the cartel is successful and keeps this suppressed, then even $30 is out of the question. But it still looks bullish to me, even despite this attack. They, as I said, they were not really able to get any follow through today. So I think the buyers are going to defeat these attacks, and I think gold is going to test those all-time highs, and I think silver is probably going to test that $29, $30 range. We just want it to do it quickly, like say within the next week and a half. We don't want it to take 3 or 4 weeks to get there. If it does that, then that's probably all we're going to get on this run.